Hello? I'm woefully unprepared today. Woefully. With much woe am I unprepared. I don't even have the lights set up. I don't have my stream deck stopped working. What's this button do? Why is that not working? Is this okay? That works. Okay, hang on, hold on one moment. Callers, home assistant, office stream. Okay, that works. Okay, my stream deck has stopped working, and that very well could be because I also decided to update OBS before we started and reboot my machine. So I don't. It's getting right. Frustrates me beyond words when things do not work. What do you mean waiting for OBS? What do you mean waiting for OBS? It's like, what is this? Waiting. What is this? What is this? Like OBS is clearly running. What's the point? I'm gonna get grumpy Nathan now. Waiting for OBS. I can't restart OBS. I'm streaming. This is like the one thing I can't restart. Don't even have a terminal up. I haven't got the chat up. I'm stressed. And I know I've got a miserable physics bug to fix today. Right. Partially connected. Right. Okay. Right. Click this. Chat this. Monitor this. Okay, I think I've got chat. I'm going to usual hello to everyone who's here. I will maybe not get around to enumerating all your names. But hello. 19. Nope, that was last stream. He's saying goodbye. That's everyone saying goodbye. Julian, hello. Queco, hello. Haran, hello. Daz, hello. Vertex, I agree. I should not have done anything. Most of the stream. The one thing the stream deck's supposed to do, which is buttons, it's not buttoning, and I don't understand why. Waiting for OBS. Like, what are you chatting about? Waiting for OBS. We're all waiting for OBS. Check for updates. Oh, I'm like a major version behind on the stream deck software. Let's do it live. Let's go and update that. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? Isn't this fun? Oh, this is rude. My choices are quit OBS and therefore end the stream, or don't close OBS and reboot the whole machine. I've kind of hoisted myself by my own petard now. Also, the whole stream. Right. I'm tempted to just quit OBS because it's all in a miserable state now. Right. Do come back. Hello? It worked. Is anyone? Hello? Are we here? Hello? Buttons buttoning. If you press them too quickly as well, it really messes it up. Anyway, I'll stop dicking around with that. Okay. For the engagement, Twitch and YouTube send a couple more messages, so I can guarantee that we're all tickety-boo. That doesn't work. Why does that not work? I'm not restarting again. Yep. Right. Okay. Drama over. Let's. I have a button which should move this to the right place, or close enough. It's not perfect. Right. Okay. CD projects game. Increase the font size a bit. Bin opt msvc wine x64, so it works with fish. We'll team up fix that. We'll create a new one. We'll do make config. Right, you can see what I'm doing now. No, I was just checking it worked before I committed to the big screen. Do I think tutorial series? I don't know. Do I think that? I don't. World, hello. You'll have to be more specific, I'm afraid. Pixelated, hello. Deutscher, hello. You've not missed much. Mitchell, hello, hello, hello. Much stress. Many stresses. I am losing hair at a rapid pace. Okay, right. What's this button do? Right, let's make run. Let's just build that. I think I did a build last stream, and I don't think I uploaded it to GitHub, which is fun. So I guess that's just sitting there. That'll be a version that never gets released. I have literally nothing set up. Put that there. Okay. Because it's a fair question. Like, although I think you've got a slight sort of understandably glib kind of tone to it. I don't use Rust because I don't know Rust, and whilst this would be an excellent opportunity to learn Rust, my end goal is actually to make a game, so I should use what I'm most comfortable in, and the programming language I'm most comfortable in is C++. It's probably the one I have the most experience with. So that's my reason. And also, there's not a lot of C++ content on Twitch, and presumably by extension YouTube. We use YouTube Live, so it's kind of nice to do something a bit different. Golden Nerd, hello. Okay. So last time we built this, which is pretty sweet, and now it has physics. So now I can walk into the walls, and all is right with the world. And I'm still quite pleased with this. Like, I'm still pretty chuffed that we got this done last stream, because well, yeah, there's the secret wall that you can clip through. This one here. I think what happens on both sides. If you walk into this corner just here, they go. Whoop. I think you can then clip through the other side as well. Yep. Put secret in there. Other than that, though, I think it's all of these walls at the intersection point. Something triangles are difficult. But oh, not this one. Interesting. But maybe this one. But apart from that, got physics, mate. No ray tracing or path tracing or any of that goings. Not this project. This project is purely a basic forward renderer with a few lights, normal mapping. It's got HDR and gamma correction. I suspect the most advanced thing we'll do is probably SSAO, but apart from that, it's pretty simple. This needs a bit of live livening up at some point. It's a bit grim. I've cube mapped the sky, sure, yeah. So we have a nice, pretty sweet environment. There's no PBR or anything like that. Don't look at this side of the wall, it's untextured. We just don't look at that side of the wall. Okay, right. So if we quit out this, it should crash. Nailed it. The reason it crashes is miserable. Let's fire up some. Is the font size alright? Because computer, hello. Lua level. Nailed it. Okay. Where's my other window? To the window. Okay, right. The issue is thus. In Jolt, if you will, character controller, which we are mostly using, even if we've abused it slightly, are the LLMs any good with C++? They're all right. They're okay on well-known problems and small to medium-ish problems. If you have a large C++ code base, especially heavily templated, I've found that they are not that good, but they are getting better. We're using the Jolt library, so I've got the same physics engine as Horizon until whatever it is, until dawn, and till dawn, tomorrow's dawn, day dawn, Jolt Horizon. So you know, that's in the wrong place, and that irks me greatly. Sorry, just annoys me when this is wrong. So you know, we got a AAA physics engine here. Not that I'm using it in any way correctly or efficiently, but still, I'm basically just using it for collision detection, and then I manually resolve them as part of my character controller. Anyway, we currently use. Do we even need the Jolt character controller now, or can we just maintain our own capsule shape and move it around? I'm thinking like we don't use any of this, like because we register ourselves as a listener, but we don't ever get this called. I'm bold choice here. I'm thinking we refactor this so that we are just a capsule shape. No, sorry, I am streaming. I dual stream on Twitch and YouTube. So, and I have a chat window combined with everyone's chat. So I respond to whoever writes a question and assume everyone else can see it. Oh my goodness, Quacko's on YouTube. That's outrageous. I do want to, and I think it's too late to do this on this stream, but YouTube have just rolled out a change where it is now easier to dual stream to vertical format and have all the chats combined, but I'm unsure how to do that. Because I've tried dual streaming before and it's okay, but it's a bit of a pain because when you dual stream on YouTube to vertical and horizontal formats, they appear twice in your channel page. So everyone was like, why are you streaming twice and which one do I click? And it's a little bit annoying. I think they've kind of unified that a bit now because you can pick up quite a lot of new people through vertical. Streaming is quite good for discoverability, so I need to sit down and figure that out. But I don't know if it is though. I'll check tomorrow. But yeah, I guess flying a little bit close to the Jolt sun, we are a little bit of a sort of a Icarus situation. Marshall, hello. So yeah, anyway, I'm kind of gassed a little bit because I don't want to fix this, but I think because the Jolt character control's got loads of interesting stuff in it, right? It's got like all the uncontacted stuff, and then it has where's it got like all the velocities, the world transfer, where's the really interesting thing? Like walking on the stairs and sticking to the floor, and ground velocity, different shapes if you want to crouch, state saving. We don't use any of that, and it's just now causing me misery. All we need is the shunt. I couldn't tell you because I never used rapier physics. I've only used bullet and jolt, and not probably to the great extent I can have like a real opinion on them. I'd say my experience of bullet and jolt so far has been largely the same in terms of physics engines are complex and trying to wrangle them. I think we just, because at the end of the day, our collision detection just uses the shape. The problem I have though is that it's somewhat intertwined with the base physics system abstraction. but I don't think that's a problem per se. Like, oh, just delete that and then get rid of this method because I don't like this because it's not my naming convention, so therefore it's wrong. Indeed, ownership problems. The problem is that you have to give the character controller a shape object, which it as a pointer, and it takes ownership of it by sticking in its own internal ref object, which is basically a re-implementation of shared pointer. However, our system, there's a spider on my ceiling, our system creates the shapes and owns them independently with a unique pointer. So we actually end up with effectively a double delete. I know they changed the license on PhysX, but I don't really follow it, so I don't really know. Right, we're basically done. So get rid of the, so like, I think a lot of this just disappears. Question mark, because we don't need this. We don't need this. We just need the shape, which means this goes, this goes. I'm just going to delete it and see what happens. I mean, literally what is the worst that can happen is I just git revert to it. So we will just need to maintain our own position. Oh, we can just use transform shape. We can just use transform shape, which is exactly what it's like. So like, go away, go away, go away, go away. Yes, I'm happy about this. I'm feeling positive. In fact, don't even need that because transform shape has a non-owning reference to it. It's a good question, right? So I will address this. Like, is it cheating if I import a physics engine? One, the question assumes that there is some sort of end goal through which to be cheated, if that makes sense. Which I'd argue you could make an argument for here because I've made quite a big shtick about int main to game and doing this all from scratch as much as and stuff, etc., etc., etc. So on the one hand, you could be considered correct. On the other hand, time is finite and my skill set is also finite. So implementing an entire physics engine from scratch, whilst is possible, would take an awful long time and goes against my second axiom of life development, is that to sort of always continuously be making progress towards the end goal, and that would really slow that down. So it is a concession. There are two concessions I've made so far. One is passing file formats, because who has the time? And I don't think there's anything interesting to be learnt there. And two, physics just for the time's sake. I guess you could argue Lua, but we did all the bindings ourselves, so I still consider that largely from scratch. Yeah, so so what does the update do then if I need all this gubbins? It doesn't need any of that. Oh, this gets so much nicer. All this and all this. So linear velocity, transform shape. I probably want to track the velocity. Velocity. Okay. And then we go to character controller. Now we're cooking. So that goes the transform shape. I guess we'll start it at the origin. And then linear velocity and just be 0 initialized. Why is this angry? What do I need? A shape and a transform. Yes, you are right. Put some magic runes. I really should have like a default constructor for a transform. Okay, so that's that. That's that. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't actually need that. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's go. So position equals return transform. What if I just return the transform shape? Right. Don't auto. Transform shape. Transform shape. Yeah. That can probably const to treat ourselves. Character. If this works. Oh, it's so simple. Shunt equals character. Try again, shall we? Transformed shape. Transform shape dot transform dot position. Yeah, plus equals amount. Nice. Okay. What do you mean? Overload plus equal. It's a vector, isn't it? Also, that's wrong. Whoa, passing that by value. Throwing performance on the floor there. How did no one see that? I'm undecided about light maps yet. I'm basically going to see what's the minimum level of shit I can make it look with the minimum amount of effort. So undecided. It's not const. It's not a const method. Are you coughing because I made a silly mistake, or are you coughing because I'm stealing your line? Could be. Yes, I bet you're right, actually. Good shout. Stick that up there as well. So it's got it in the header though. So whilst I don't necessarily agree with transitive includes, no, I still have a day job. This is a hobby for me. Well, actually, I guess YouTube videos is my hobby. So this is my hobby from my hobby. Pass. Let the compiler tell me more about it later. Debug draw. Don't need that. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Oh no, wait a minute. No. Transform shapes, if I can remember this. Dot shape. A few more arrows in there. Arrow. Native handle. Draw. Transform shape dot transform. Why have I said transformed shape? That feels. Oh, because it's transform shape. I'll take it all back. Let's close this because it's getting in my way. Util to jolt. Look at that. It's true. This is what I do when I don't want to do videos. Sometimes when I do want to do videos, I still do this anyway because I have a schedule to keep to, and I actually do enjoy it. But I've started working on a new video at the moment, and definitely the first beginning part of a video is arguably the most exciting because it's all the fun bit. So it's occupying a bit of my headspace at the moment. Bot bags had gone rogue with a unverified cert and no way to control it. So update. I don't think I need any of this nonsense anymore. I think all I need to do, in fact, I don't even think I need the delta. I think I just need to do transform shape dot transform dot position plus equals whatever the linear velocity currently is. Why is that being silly about it? Is 100% not liking this, but position is a vector. We're pretty sure we do. I think it was one of the first ones we did. Yeah, it's there. Context for us, all, mate. Day job is largely teaching and mentoring junior talent, especially around C++. And a bit of forward engineering as well. I haven't done reverse engineering professionally for many, many, many years, which is why I do it as a hobby, because it's kind of a fun thing to do, and I like to keep those skills kind of sharp. Spider? No. Okay, never mind. Quick interlude. We should tell me what types it thinks it's like being grumpy at. Anyway. Don't need that. Don't need this. Oh yeah. You have to remember, when it comes to software engineering, especially with Git, all the best ifs are red. All the best ifs are red. Transform might be const. I didn't think it was. Oh, god damn it, it is const. Oh, because I'm supposed to use translate. That's why. That's why. Hey. What? Oh, I'm supposed to do it on the thing. I've lost where I was now. There we go. C++. It's just too safe. Just too safe. I think that's what we want. Okay. Obviously all the core sites get me knackered, but we can fix those up. Oh. Oof. Rude. Okay. So that'd be in the physics system. One, 4. Okay, go away, you go away. That's nice and easy. Just crush these one at a time. Let's go through it. Memory, memory, memory. Don't care, don't care. Physics system 168. Yes. Apparently I'm live and my AirPods are fully charged. God, all the great notifications. Shape is not a member of character controller on Lua level. Lua level. Oh, oh. Excuse me, I just scratched my own eyes out. Oh. I don't need this anymore, question mark, because I can just get it from the player. I guess this is effectively a cache of it, isn't it? Steady. So can I just do player dot controller dot transform shape? I prefer to code with music, but normally something without lyrics in. So just any sort of background noise I prefer. Sometimes I don't have something on. It really depends on my mood, I guess. I like background noise that's not, it's just drowns out the world but doesn't require any of my focus. What the diggy dang dong's going on here? Oh yes, I remember this. That'll do. Carl, glad you're here. Thanks for coming to troll me. Appreciate it. I'm undecided about music on stream. So far I've opted out to it because it's not for everyone. Whereas I think me chatting, not saying that's for everyone. I think more people would be accepting of not having it than having it, if you see what I mean. Also, if I want to package these up into shorts or whatever, it's easier to not have the background noise. I guess I could technically save the file without it, or multiple tracks, something, but this looks like a linker error to me. Unresolved external symbol position from player. See, already divisive. What's interesting is it's not a compiler error, so I must have left it in a header file somewhere. Character controller position. Let's make it okay. Let's make it a compiler error because it should be easier to diagnose. Here we go. That's much more digestible because now we know it's on line 82. And our survey says oh, it's getting a little bit. I probably could add the position as an alias for having to do this misery now, because this is quite egregious. But for now, we'll just leave it as is. I feel like my camera is perpetually. I can't get my camera angled how I want. Maybe because I'm just a fidget and I can't stand still. If this, I just want to build this. I don't want to run it. I want to do a poll. Okay, let me make build. Make game, sorry. Yes, I used to play a lot of CTF. And sort of the sort of off, you know, the, like constantly running war games as well. Why CMake? Why not CMake? It's the again, it comes down to just what I have experience in. Like I have used CMake before. It's easy for me to kind of get up and going with it. Is it the right choice? No. Is it the wrong choice? No. Is it my choice? Yes. Okay, this links. Let's gamble. So the question is, will this work first time? And that includes not crashing at the end. Manage prediction, start prediction. Will it all just work? Yes. Oh, start prediction. And then on the YouTubes, start a poll. Yes. No. Start poll. Don't do that again. Got it. When did you start? I started when I got my first job, so that was 2014. So, oh, geez, 11 years ago. Well, that's terrifying. My hype train has ended. I didn't even know I had a hype train. Not a lot of faith on Twitch. 100% no. 50, 40, nearly 60% yes on YouTube. It's kind of yeah. I'm going for binary rather than sort of grades of wrong. But yes, thanks for the confidence. The confidence. Thanks for the faith. I mean, I guess young is a relative term. I shouldn't feel young. Indeed. Okay, right. So that has that ended? Has that ended? Let's end the poll. Can I end the prediction, or does it just end itself over time? Oh god, that's rage. Don't do that. Don't no one leave me just yet. Right. Okay. We end up with 53% no on the tubes and 100% no on the Twitches. So let's make run. Okay. So far, so good. Whoa! Why am I so fast? Whoa! Why am I so fast? I bet I'm tunneling. I bet I'm tunneling through the physics. Well, this is fun. Speedrunning. It's like the parallel dimensions in Mario 64. I was genuinely quite surprised then. Yes, it must be well, the physics system should be updating every 60th of a second. The game does have tunes, yes, you're correct. And I'm very thankful one of our dear viewers composed it for me, which is very kind. Yes, indeed. Well, it's royalty free for me, I wouldn't like to say that anyone could use it without his express permission, but I'm okay to use it. No, the physics system, the physics coroutine reschedules itself every 60th of a second, so that should be fixed. But also, the game has VSync on, so the whole thing is locked at 60. So I'm kind of surprised this is happening at all. Anyway, I guess the big question is, does it crash when I quit? No. So at least we fixed that. I will have to, unfortunately... Well, no, actually, I will have to choose the outcome as no on the Twitches. So I guess your lack of faith in me has paid off. Now, what have we changed? Something around character controller. So, oh, what am I doing? And I assume it was the fact that this was updating with a delta, and we are just applying the linear velocity each time. It uses X Audio 2, whatever one of the many choices you have on Windows for playing audio. That's from scratch. Did all that natively, and all the font rendering is native as well. Need to scale it by the delta. So is it just a case of that? Is that what you're saying? Just apply one delta's worth of velocity change? Places to start are definitely get comfortable with the systems language. C is a great starting point if you want to get used to like manual memory management and pointers and stuff like that. So I would strongly recommend kind of getting a good grasp of forward engineering, and then just start looking at how that code becomes assembly under like different compilers and different optimization flags. Godbolt is absolutely excellent for this. Then like CTF some more games. I would find the one that I. This feels slow. Is it always this slow, or am I? Darlie, thanks. This feels slow now. But is that just because it was so fast before? It's not the end. We do have a speed variable that we can tweak, so it's... The problem is I don't know what Jolt was doing internally. However, like I do have a magical variable here that I can just be like, let's just make it like 50% faster. I do not advocate for magic variables at all, or magic numbers, sorry, and I would not approve a code review with them. However, here we are, and I do have a lot of them. Do as I say, don't do as I do. This load time is long. I need to figure out what that's doing. It's probably loading all the resources. That feels a bit snappier. Ooh, ooh. A little cheeky little clip through there. A little clip through there. I'm going to have to go and... I strongly suspect I will fix all these by just putting extra physics objects in the way, rather than actually figuring out why it clips through. Cool. Okay, cool. So I learned a huge amount about reverse engineering, GDB, low level, kind of how Linux works from playing this game here. I would strongly recommend you, if you're interested, give it a go. Someone subscribed to Prime. Thank you very much. I didn't see who it was, and it's not popped up in my chat. Requidev, thank you very much. Discord, do join. Get a sweet little tag player. I don't know what the Discords were. I don't really know how anything works. I do know how Git works, so I guess we can comment some of this up. I think that's a pretty sweet change, actually. Cut out a load of crap and end up with something slightly easier and doesn't crash. AC repping the being a member after 14 months. Absolutely outrageous. There will be no Discord without AC, just FYI. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a miserable one to commit up. So, unfortunately, it's going to have to be a little bit of a big bang one, I think. I suppose we could just like refactor character controller to not use Jolt character controller. It's a bit of a long one, but whatever you're gonna do. And then this is gonna be basically integrate refactor changes, and then at least this way I can keep this change the speed change as a separate commit. If that's the case, I apologize. Because I don't see your display picture. I don't really see names on Discord. I just associate them with pictures, which is why when Connor changed his picture, it really threw me for ages. So apologies. I do now have connected the name up, but names just very. I find I struggle a lot with names. It could be clipping through the collision check. Happens off the game thread. So if the game moves the player through the wall before the collision check. Well, we do push back. Well, to be perfectly correct, we shunt them back. So they are shunted when there detects a collision. Somewhere in what is now quite a miserable function is this. So if it detects a collision with the static geometry, then we pop them back. Just put them back. Scale by magic number, because that is what we need. Stop some rubber banding. Not rubber banding in the sense of like the networking artifacts, just rubber banding in the sense of like I was just sort of like oscillating really hard into the wall. Quacko resubbed for 11 months. Missed that. Thank you very much. Is that just a really old message? Is that a really old message? Whatever. Yeah, we're doing basically most of the collision detect manually. I'm only really using Jolt for its collision detection at the moment. We do have the concept of like rigid bodies and integrated like laws of motion, just not really using them. Okay, so I'm kind of gonna put that down as a big success. And graphics. So actually, I know there is another bug I need to fix. Where is it? Where is it? This here. This is why there's only one barrel, because I hard-coded it to one while we were fixing all the collision stuff. So let's just put that back in. The barrels do not intersect with the world geometry, and I'm going to put off doing that till later because I cannot be bothered. I want to do something else. So I'm not making a game engine. I'm just making a game. So yes, I do plan on making a game. That is the plan. I'm hoping. I keep wanting to be done by like the end of the calendar year. But those Q4 projections keep sliding out. Okay, so the next thing I want to look at is lighting, because I don't really know why this blue lighting is kind of weirdly split here. And also these pillars should have a normal map. I don't think they are normal mapping. So lots to do. There's also a red splodge here. So I want to look at I want to kind of fix the lighting because it's not doing what I want it to. I think the easiest way to do this would be to... What level even is this, by the way? Do we know? Is it Apple? I think it's Apple, isn't it? Level routine. Is in here. Where do we have the level names? Did I sack all this off? Is it in game? So yeah, concrete should have normal associated with it. God, it's grim. No, not in here. There's no Apple in here. Did I just... I have no thoughts on Emacs because I've never used it. I know someone who uses Doom Emacs, so they can have Vim bindings in like the Emacs ecosystem, which works for them, and that's... I'm a big fan of like mastering your tools and finding a workflow that works for you, and if that works for them, that's absolutely fine. I would in no way think differently. Like, I'm not big into jingoism, so if you like Emacs, go for it. If it allows you to add value to your business or your education or your personal projects, then it's the right tool. Yeah, I just cannot remember. I haven't got it here. Like, where? Get level loaders. Here we go. No, they're all packed into the resource now, aren't they? Right. They all live in... There's TLV entry. Isn't there a text file type? So it will be alphabetically, so it will be Apple. So that's E resource assets level Apple. Let's have a look. Where are you for? Oh, I need to disable the LSP Lisp because it has a very poor signal to noise ratio. But anyway, so this one doesn't specify an ambient light. So let's go back to what I want to do is basically turn off the lights. That should be an F. Okay. So I can just see the point lights because I think that is what's causing me jip, and then figure it out from there. I have a Lua LSP because NeoVim is configured with Lisp. It just doesn't understand all my own custom types, which are mapped, what do I call it, bound at when the game runs. Okay, well that's not done anything I wanted to do. Yeah, I don't know why the auto is italic. I've kind of just like Stockholm syndrome myself into being used to it. That's... Oh. I'm pretty sure the Apple level doesn't have a get ambient function, nor does it have a get... It has nothing to do with lights in here. Assuming this is the one with loading. How do you prevent memory leaks? Just don't write them. I mean, use RAI is basically the answer, either through vector or unique pointer or some sort of collection or and then use tooling like address sanitizers to catch it when you miss it. But basically, don't write raw new and delete. Use vector and unique pointer. That probably cover about 90% of your cases. Why is it so bright? Something is remiss. Never use share pointer. I'm very hesitant to give thou shalt and thou shalt not advice with C++ because it's all down to like pragmatism and the specifics in the context. I think that being said, I think like 99% of share pointers are incorrect. No, the level name is no longer in the title. So I don't know. Oh, it's in the logs. Loading level. There you go. It is here though, which is strange. I still feel it's so easy to sound authoritative with like polarizing and direct views. Like if I stand up here and say you shouldn't do this, it's very easy to sound authoritative, and I don't think that gives the full picture. And I would like hate for someone to think that this guy on the internet said I shouldn't use share pointer, so I won't. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously form your own opinion and learn the pros and cons of it, but my advice would be it's normally the wrong choice. Yes, this is it. I need tmux. I just the muscle memory I have and the workflows I have, like it's so good. Like just doing something and then you need to like SSH into a box, you can quickly bring up a window, do something with it, split it, whatever, delete it all at the end. It's just such a important workflow to me that I will risk running MSVC through Wine in order to have that workflow. Great question. If I was to redo the game again, what would I have done differently? I think I would like to have commented it a little bit better as I went along, which is normally my style. So that's the one thing about this code base that is very much not like my style, is it's not very well commented. I might have picked a different game. I don't know if the puzzle game is going to be the right choice at the end of the day, because I think there's going to be an awful lot of work into making the puzzle game fun. I think maybe something slightly simpler, but it's what I've got. What would I have done differently? I think I would have set up better tooling as well, like having all the address sanitizer stuff done from the beginning. I would like a much better workflow for. I definitely would have made more of it open source earlier and had a better idea of like the assets and a better control over those, so I didn't accidentally release those. So I think there's a lot of kind of initial project setup I would have changed. The actual code itself, I mean, I'm learning. Every day's a school day, right? I'm always learning and trying to improve in C++. So there's a lot of stuff now which I started 9 months ago. I'd look at and be like, that's rubbish. But yeah, I don't know. Good question. Yeah, I just write it in Rust or C. Nah, I'm not insane. What am I doing? I've sort of lost all control of my life. Oh, here we go. I thought I'd reset. Why do I set it again here? And why do I? Is this what function? Where am I? What function is this? Oh, it's because I do update them because I allow the scripts to change the lights over time. That's why. This will work. It wouldn't be me. I don't own the copyright to the song. So you can send me as much money as you want, but I cannot influence the licensing of it. I did it to provoke you around. I find that mood lighting. That seems. Oh, what's it done with that weird? Okay. Okay. Not. Not exceptionally happy about this, but at least it's easier to see. I might need to move that barrel. I might need to move the lights further out. I also need to. I thought the light was supposed to follow the barrel, so I thought it'd be easier to debug because I could move it around. Let's have a look. I think shared pointer is often a crutch for lazy design because it means you don't have to worry about the memory hierarchy or the memory ownership in your program. You just create a shared pointer and you throw it around. And you know what? If that works, it's fine. It adds value, whatever, sure. But normally, if you think about it a bit more, you can pull out a more linear or more well understood hierarchy of memory. So allocate the memory beforehand and then pass like raw pointers around as like non-owning or references, effectively non-owning semantics to things that need it. That's my view on it. Maybe something multi-threaded, maybe, but even then, like normally you can just allocate the memory beforehand and then just pass out raw pointers to the threads. The one use for shared pointer used to be, well, sorry, the one, such a polarizing, such a grand comment. One of the uses for shared pointer used to be that you could not capture a unique pointer in a lambda and then put that into a stud function because of the way stud function works with the type erasure. It has to own copyable objects. The objects it wraps effectively, or type erasers, has to be copyable, which a lambda which has captured a unique pointer cannot be. But now this is all solved because now we have the very aptly named stud move only function since C++ 23. And this will allow you to capture a move only stud. This will allow you to wrap a move only object which is callable. No, that's fine. We got there in the end. So yeah, the last bastion of shared pointer is now gone with C++ 23. Because you got this. I must admit, there's also, and I'm not sure I fully understand this bit, there's also now copyable function, and I'm not sure I truly understand the difference between this and stud function. I'm hoping maybe there's a language lawyer out there who can explain it to me. I've not spent a lot of time looking at it, but every time I look at this, I'm like, it sounds a lot like a stud function. There's also function ref, which is nice now. There's also that as well. Like shared pointer somewhat breaks the fundamental philosophy of C++ in that you only pay for what you use because it has the reference count internally has to be atomic by the definition of the standard, which means you're paying for an atomic increment and decrement every time you copy it around, which, as Haran said, has a non-zero cost. Atomics aren't cheap. Well, sorry, they are more expensive than just a variable increment, but that kind of breaks the ethos of C++ because whether you like it or not, you've opted in to atomic operations. What is terrifying is I believe libstud C++, so GCC's implementation of the standard library, I believe it does some absolute heroics, and if it can convince itself that your program is single threaded, it elides the atomic increments and just does them with regular variables. I'm sure this is the case. I think it checks to see if you've linked in libpthread, and if you have, because that is what it considers the only way to do threading. And if you haven't linked in, it's like, wow, you won't be running it multi-threaded. Let's see if I can find it. It is absolutely wild. Can't find it now. Well, I think there's going to be some outrageous bug somewhere where someone has like dynamically linked in libpthread or done it via a syscall or something, or somehow managed to get multiple threads. What a horror that is to debug. You've done something weird where you've managed to get multiple threading in your program without using a pthread, and all of a sudden none of your shared pointers are atomic anymore. Like, what a miserable bug that is to fix. I can't find it now. Where was it? Is this it? Oh, I can't find it now. If I find it, I'll post it on Discord. But anyway, I generally think it's the wrong choice. Let's put it that way. C++. GCC. No atomic in. Where is it? It's annoying me now. I can't find it. I think this is it. Doing some macro benchmarking on Rust versus C++, and I think he noticed that the C++ one was suddenly a lot quicker than the Rust one. We're both straightforward. I'm sure in here. I'm sure it's got the code in here somewhere. It's like basically if. Here we go. This is it. If gthread active, do atomic add. Otherwise, do atomic add signal. So it does something slightly different after this. I'll post this in the thing because this is an interesting article. But yeah, good article that. Absolutely terrifying. Anyway, what was I doing? Where do we add the lights? Where do we add the point lights? So we had a bunch of point lights here. Interesting. We don't move them with the thing. What's the quickest way of doing that? What's the quickest way? I think it's probably for const auto index entity in entities. I think entities is just the barrels, right? Also, I know that code is wrong. I'll fix it in a second. Level. What's entities? Scene entities is that, and then we have the level entities. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay. Cool. No doubt. Oh, actually, I want this. That's what I want. Index entity. Then I should be able to do scene points index dot position equals entity dot position. That's a pointer when it's at home. Nope, it's not. That's not a pointer. Right, so that should now move the second light with the barrel. I think as long as I've got enough lights. No, that's not the reason I don't use GCC. The reason I don't use GCC is because I want to compile for Windows, and I'm sure you can cross compile with it, but here we are. Oh, Twitch are half the numbers of YouTube today. Gotta catch up. Well, that's a different. Yeah, that is. Why the colours changed? Something is remiss. Also, why is that line color? Something is right. I'm not going mad. That line color is changing. It's inverted, isn't it? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get render doc out, which means I'm gonna have to disable my text rendering because render doc does not like my font rendering. It does not care for it. Just basically the goal is just do not create a text factory. I think I also have to do it on the menu routine. Menu routine. Somewhere down here, I'm gonna want this. Nope, not that. Close, but no cigar. Okay. Let's try that. Yeah, I can't tell if we're progressing or regressing either. Oh, god damn it. Just comment out my code and don't worry about it. Ah, because Lee. This is not it's not a word. Martin, I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe I'll treat everyone. Well, when we do SSAO, I will have to align them better to the floor. Otherwise, we won't get that sweet, sweet shadowy artifact. Yeah, I do. I know I need to. Well, no macros. No macros. No macros. Context for it. But yeah. Okay, let's break out the dock. Hold on one moment, caller, while I sort this out. Home, me, projects, game, build. Debug? Nope. Source, debug, game. Command line args. What am I back? Make file. So I want to run this from the root directory, so from game, and then the command line arguments are build and then -x or 1920. Okay, let's run this. Ah, I probably shouldn't have put it there because now right, I want to get this thing where it's done that weird split thing with the light. Okay, so let's. Okay, I've got a capture. Quit out this. See what we get to. It's fish. I am using fish. Okay, let's. Okay, so it's not the HDR pass then, because that is obviously just changing the colors, but if you look, it looks like it's still wrong. Okay. So I'm not convinced. Hang on, whoa. Was that whoa. Is that? Okay, that is the normal map for that. That's fine. Why has it got three? Ah, one's a specular map. Okay. I don't know. Let's have a look. Where we get with this? Is the that kind of looks okay? Is it because the floor is too high, and therefore the light is kind of clipping in the wrong place? Do I just need to move the barrels a bit higher? Would that solve that problem? Because that's this one here is strange. So find lights. Here we go. Let's look at the light data. So these seem like three colored lights. These seem like they have relatively same attenuation. One is at the origin. The final commit is to move the barrel up. Brian, we're trying to fix some lighting. But also, I don't know why I'm not normal mapping either. Like, that also seems strange to me. I don't know if it's possible to... It's where those pillars drawn here. The input is this. So it's just using those two inputs. Ah, is it the sampling? Yeah, no SDL. I did all, through a labor of love, did the windowing manually. Do I want do I want MIP maps and anisotropic filtering on normal maps? That is a genuine question I don't know the answer to. Anyone who has any graphics knowledge? Am I supposed to be using the same sampler for the albedo as the normal map? These are U-norms, that is right. Because with this sort of gets like less and less normally the more you map hit, right? Some specifics with the normalization. Is there any chance you could provide some more color on that? Because that unfortunately doesn't help me. I do not know what that means. Okay, no worries. We'll figure it out. Okay, let's go Apple one. And where do do we move the floor down or move the barrels up? Let's move the barrels up. So barrels. 2 barrels. One is red, fully red. One is just tinted red. They have the different collision layers on. Position 2. That'll take a while to build, so yes. So we want non-anisotropic filtering on those. Is that what we're saying? So that's fine, because I think my sampler lets me configure this. I can have a min-mag filter. Okay, fine. Well, we could just disable the anisotropic filtering for everything, and then that would kind of at least remove a variable from the equation. So let's go game sampler. So let's just make that stirred not. Okay. Nope, did not mean to quit that. That was stupid. It's been a while since I've done a release build of this, and I have to run the resource pack on release build because it is slow. Interesting. We'll bump the light up a bit and see what difference it makes. Because we definitely had normal mapping work before. I've seen it. I can confirm has normal mapped. I just think it might make. Part of my issue is that I don't know if just the textures are just stretched too thin over the image. I do wonder if we might need to just scale them a bit. That is one issue. It could just be stretched so thin that there's nothing. The normals just don't make any sense. Okay, that's good to know. What's the answer I'm looking for when it comes to scaling a repeatable texture across a mesh? Do I need to provide a uniform to the shader that allows me to control the scaling? Is that the answer? I could just hack it into the shader now just to see, I guess. Oh, sorry, I typed the wrong command. I thought it was still building. Just sat here like pillock waiting for nothing to happen. No, it's definitely funky. I suppose I can actually use the physics engine to get the barrel to come a bit close to me, because I can just shunt him. Oh no, I can't, never mind. So why is... See that? Yeah, what is... All these have got like a 45-degree angle across them. Are the normals wrong? Ugh, don't. Does this barn only move when I look at it? Okay, that's good. So I can get myself a little bit closer to it then. What is that line doing? I think I'm gonna need to strip the scene back down to like nothing and then figure this out, because this is weird with this. What is this blue line here? Okay, let's... Oh, it's gonna be a pain to figure this one out. We've got to do it. It's got to be done. Let's go to the Lua level. Let's remove. Yeah, sometimes I will give it a go. I think all I need from here is I want I definitely want the columns, and I think I just want the main floor. Let me just check this works. This like renders a good subset of things, just to make my life a little bit easier. As far as I know, it's a problem now. I'm trying to think what we've changed. Okay, so this is slightly simpler geometry. I just shove myself close to this. Okay, let's do another capture. Oh, we're just gonna have to verify all the inputs to the shader, aren't we? Oh. I have no idea what I've changed. I could git bisect it. Try and go back to like a known good state. Yeah, let's have a look. Okay, fine. So we got this, and outputs. Why is this so? Don't be so zoomed in. What are you doing? Right. So we draw that. We draw the first barrel off screen. We draw the second barrel. We then draw this here, and this is messed up. So let's go pipeline. Oh, hang on. Can I do history? Ooh, pixel history. Can I pick this pixel here and do history? Right. Okay. It's getting a little bit cramped in the screen. Clear color, probably correct. Color pass. Creates this color. And then GeoDraw elements 36. What's that? That's the skybox. So it draws the skybox first, then it draws this. It doesn't really help me. I can't debug it. Yeah, you're right. The lights could have just been shafted for a while. Okay. Well, the floor. Right. Well, let's. I'm stuck. Vertex shader. Okay. Drawing the floor. Let me just check this right. So we're drawing the floor. Pipeline state. Vertex shader. Has the camera. Has like one uniform, which is the model. That's all tickety-boo because it renders it. Let's have a look at not the rasterizer, don't care about that. It has two inputs, this and this. Don't know why these aren't showing up. 1 second. Right. Too zoomed in. Yeah. Is that the case? Right. Okay, fine. Got these textures. That's fine. Let's have a look at the shader. No, I want to look at the input, sorry. Camera. No, how do I see the... How do I see the outputs of the vertex shader into the fragment shader? Because I've got the light data, which I think is fine. How do I view this? Oh, is it here? Can you not? That's annoying. So the vertex shader in... where's the... Maybe I need to check the model data. This here... Go away. I mean, it's got an up normal. It's got a down normal. He's got a left normal. He's got a inward towards me normal. All these normals seem pretty good. Tangents, sure, all look like tangents to me. The UVs, it's not really to do with the UV. Yeah, I'm TBNing pretty hard in the... But that's worked for ages. I don't know what else there is to normalize here. Like I've normalized everything. Buffer detail info, object for bound to none. You can use video memory as a source. I don't think that's important. We'll use video memory. I don't think that's important. I could be wrong. Yeah, same. So that's that. So should be the inverse of the model matrix. Isn't that what this does here? Don't you inverse and transpose it to calculate the normal matrix? Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the fragment shader again. So we get the albedo from the texture. We then accumulate all the light colors. So the ambient plus the direction plus the point light and then we multiply those in. So it's probably going to be somewhere in point light. So you pass an index, it gets the point light, it's the color of the attenuation. Does that horror. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, we do scale up the static geometry by quite a bit. What happens if we the TBN 56 comes from the vertex shader, which is nope. Oh my goodness, I did not know this. Undocked. Comes from here. So it's calculated per vertex, and then interpolated across them. Let's, for want of a better thing, let's try where do we create the mesh? Where do we? Let's scale down the entities. I think that's right, and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, hang on, give me 1 second. I do wonder if it's to do with, because we do scale up the geometry, I think. We do scale up the geometry. That's not what I wanted to do. Hang on. Sorry, you wanted to see. What did you want to see? Final normal vector retrieval using the TBN matrix. So that would be in the fragment shader, you mean? This. Because we get the normal from the normal map. And then normalize, and then use that, and then use the TBN to transform that into normal space. We could just try using the vertex data normals, rather than the normal map. Do we think that might make a difference? I think I might have used SDL2 once, but not in anger. What are we thinking? I do wonder if I want to just scale down the. Not what I want. What do I want? Where's the entity? Oh, here you go. It is scaled up 10 times. So let's just scale that down to 1 times. I think that's what that number is. Okay, let's scale down the world and then see where we get to. Is that? Where's the barrel? Come over here. Still doing it. Even when the model is like 1, 1, is the original scale. Why is that glowing? I don't understand why those lines are glowing though, especially when you go past it. Like, why are they black there? I think the normal map's wrong. So how do I oh geez, what? Oh, hang on. What material? What material is this using? It's the simple one, right? Asset simple frag. How do I? What do I get? Is it just normal? So can I just do that? Not that. That? Is that enough to just get the normal from the vertex data rather than the normal map? Okay. Let's try that, because I'm not convinced the normal maps are right for some reason now, for whatever reason. Which would be strange. Why would they have changed? Or the TBN is wrong. I guess the situations are largely indistinguishable at this point. If that's the case, we'll see what happens. We'll check it on the scaled down map, and then we'll check it on the scaled up map, and then we'll see where we get to. God, this is the fun part. Oh, they have by 90 degrees. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's to do with the does normal take into account camera? What's the camera bug? Is it we're facing the wrong way? What's the camera bug? Remind me. Yes, you're probably right. But the camera presumably works because the model matrix is correct, because we can look around. I'll step back a bit. Uh-huh, interesting. That looks better. So let's revert our Lua level. Why is the normal map suddenly wrong? Have I got a bad normal map? Or am I calculating the TBN wrong? Here's a question. Can I multiply the vertex normal by the TBN and still get the same answer to verify if the TBN is working? Does that make sense? That seems to be better. That's giving, yeah, that's definitely a little bit speculative to it as well. Okay. So if I go to does that make sense? Will that check that the TBN is correct? I'll start building it while we discuss it. I think it must be the same, because presumably if you were correctly picking out the normal from the normal map. Ooh. Yeah, maybe this won't work. I think it worked for the up vectors, right? Oh, see what happens. Sometimes I just need to see the output of something. This might be a job for Sunday. I have to schlep up to town tomorrow, so... Yeah, that's... Okay, right. That is similar to the issue we were seeing before, no? But is that because I've not using the TBN correctly, or is this now... Do we consider the TBN to be wrong? So sorry, you're saying something like that. Give it a go. I'll try anything once. Good. Can I? Get... So it's been 10 months since I've touched this shader. When I added normal mapping. So I find it hard. Something else must have broken that time. So we could check, but also the vertex shader's also not changed since we added normal mapping. Like this was all added in one commit. And I was pretty convinced it worked. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. That makes sense. Yeah. I get you now. I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay, so that's cromulent. So if we had a pure blue normal map, this would work. So why? So why then, if I sample... So it's the normal map is wrong, but why is it so wrong? Why is it consistently at that 90-degree angle? Am I doing something strange with the... Where do I load it? Floor normal. Yeah, text 2 is the normal map. Sorry, that could be better named. Oh, no. No, it's not. I think it's text 1. I got a horrible feeling that's the issue. I don't want to guess. Let's see if we can figure this out. So where do I bind the textures? Let's go. Oh, geez, let's go to the renderer. It has to have entity textures. Okay, so Lua level. Where do we set up the textures? So normal is texture 1. Sorry, textures. Oh, so confusing. So that's the normal. So where does the... I think it's undefined. I think I'm just passing in a random... I think that should have an albedo as a specular map. I know it's not really a specular map. I do wonder if that's the issue. I wonder if it's binding it in the wrong slot. Oh, yeah. Oh, if that's the case, that'll be a fun little discovery at the end. Well, that works. Have I made the res again though? Have I remade the pack? I'm not. Let me just make sure I remake the resources. I'm not convinced I've got the latest shader back in there actually. N equals. So that should be back. Okay. Fun. Surprised it let me do that, like not bind a texture there, yet still sample. Like, what was it sampling? What was it sampling? I think we saw this actually. Hang on. So when it goes to... So when it goes to render this, the inputs, but where's it? It was sampling the color map as the normals. That's why it was so off. I wonder if that's why it was consistently off as well, because it was the colors were... that is why the blue lines were colored differently, because they had wrong normals. That is why that explains why. I don't know where this extra third binding came from though. Like I don't remember telling it to do that. Yep. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Normal maps. And on the wall. Oh, it's much better. I don't think the walls have a normal map on them. I'll try that a bit smoother, put something like later. That's cool. It's definitely got a nice little normal map to that. Okay, let's revert the lighting changes then. Which where did I copy that? So it should be able to put everything back now. actually, what am I doing? I want to keep that light moving with it for now. So let's get rid of that. That was 4, and that was what was that? Was that 1? Might have also been 4. Suppose I could check. Lower level 5. Okay. I think that's most of the changes. The other one is when the reset level with lighting. Here we go. 4, 5. Keep those updating. And then menu level, menu routine. This will just go way back. That should be enough. Okay. Yeah, it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Took that off my list, fix lighting. I think it's going to have to be SSAO next. I think that's going to be the next big graphical boost, and then we can just sort of tweak textures and values and stuff from there till it kind of looks like less shit. Oh yeah, it's a little bit too bright now. You can't really see the normal mapping as much. I'll just lower the ambience a bit. There's no need for it to be that bright. Lua level. Let's. I don't know which one it is. So let's bring that down and bring that down as well. Let's see if we can not make this look a little bit more atmospheric. I don't want it to be dark like nighttime. I just want those lights to pop a little bit more. That was a wild bug. That absolutely wild. Well, yeah, get ambient allows the Lua script to control the ambient light itself. There you go. That's a bit better. It's got a little bit of, you see a little bit of detail in it now. If I get a little bit close to that. Nice. Okay, I'm pleased with that. I think that was a good. Does make that floor look just a little bit more realistic. And then we've got the physics, got the sound, we've got the barrels. We're basically done. Got the font rendering. Let's stick this in the Git hole. So that was commit remove barrel limit. Then we've got enter. Where is okay, fix image mapping bug. What did I actually change in this? Oops. Yeah, sure, fine. Help. Commit move. Finally, the barrels have been moved up. Yeah, thanks for coming on, Brian. Thanks for helping out. We'll be wrapping up soon anyway. So, but yeah, thanks for coming on. That was great. Sorry, AC. I know you wanted to be the final commit, but I will need to move it for SSAO anyway. Okay. So what changes have I made in here? This is some of that, and of that, and of that, but I won't have that. And this will be change default light values, and then this will be move light with barrel, and then this is, what do we change? Do we change anything here? Oh, sorry, actually I should be able to revert this now. because this was the. Sure, that still blends. That was the anisotropy value. And no, don't make res. Don't make res. What are you doing? Do that. Good day. Fixed 2 quite insidious bugs today, which is good. Good bug fixing. Why is the debug one generating the resources? That's that's annoying. Don't leave me just yet. We need to check that this works again. This is it. That's just the 2 bugs we know about. It's the bugs you don't know about. The known unknown, the unknown knowns, the known, whatever the business term is, the unknown unknowns. Whatever goes into our next quarterly planning. Come on, come on, come on. Compress, compress, compressed. Right. Make run, make run. Let's go, let's go, let's go, 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 go. Okay, yeah, we're anisotropic filtering. We're looking a little bit better. We got some nice colors going. Is this not a normal map? I feel like this door should have a normal map. It's hard to tell. Don't think so. Anyway, cool. Right. Version. I'll try and remember to post this, but I was stream 81. Stick that in the git hole, bring that down, and do a release. Okay, good job, team. Thanks for the help. We got there in the end. It's getting there. It's looking good. The relentless march of progress is happening. We are an unstoppable force of productivity. 4 hours a week. Get a lot done with 4 hours a week. Yeah, let's reconvene Sunday and let's tackle some more graphic stuff. I want to do SSAO. I think I'm kind of committed in my mind to doing it now. I don't think we'll do it in one stream. I suspect it'll be a multi-stream endeavor. Alas, what can you do? Then after that, where's me list? Where's my list? So how do I view my projects? Repositories? Oh, projects. Right. Right. So after this, just hello. Fix physics crash. Done. Fix lighting. Done. The next things to do are, I think we're going to bump SSAO up next. Then we need to make the barrels respect the walls. I'm going to see how difficult SSAO is because we're going to have to do like a multi-directional blur anyway. Blue might not be that much to add. It might give us, again, just another little touch of realism. And then we need to handle full screen, make the game borderless. We need to properly package the resources. We need to add system info. We need to do that for people to test. Then levels. I'm probably going to deprioritize this. So really, actually, 1 or 2 big... 2 or 3 big features, like a couple multi-stream features, and then just making levels. Not bad, not bad. And then we can wrap this up and start another game. because I'm going to roll almost, I'll probably take, well, imagine I'll take a small break after this is finished, but I plan on rolling pretty soonish into another one. I think I've convinced myself we're going to do an FPS next with a deferred renderer and multi-threaded architecture. Like I want to take the difficulty up a little bit after this, but let's get this one done first, because there's no point trying something difficult until we can do the easy stuff. Anyway, thanks for coming along. I had a great time. I'm gonna have a beer. I will hang out on Discord for a bit, and I'll catch you all Sunday. See you then.